Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted a love reading. This is actually someone who's returning for another reading. I've given them a couple readings in the past, so I'm excited to see what has developed in this situation. I have to say that your story does kind of have me at the edge of my seat. I feel like it would make a really good story. It's just I feel like you guys are very close to this connection here, and there has been some major development. So I'm feeling a big shift here, and I'm seeing some really great cards. So I'm excited to deliver this news. Now, if you found your way to this reading and it's not your personal reading, then stay tuned. Maybe there's some information that will come through for you as well. And if it's not your personal reading, and you would like one, then check out the description below, and you can find out how to book me for a reading. So let's get into this here. The joined energy between you guys. I'm seeing the challenge card next to the inner goddess card, which has to do with like self-care and like feeling attractive and feeling worthy and like self-esteem. And so it's interesting. I see that as this connection gets closer and more possible and more attainable, it's like starting to make you guys both feel very self-conscious and worry, like, you know, am I good enough for this person? And I'm getting a message that yes, you are worthy, and you guys do make a super cute couple. I remember you sent me a picture of you guys, and so it's really easy to tap into your energy because all I have to do is just imagine you guys whenever I do this. And you guys are both really beautiful people. So maybe this is mainly a message for you. It's just saying that if you're feeling really insecure, he feels just as insecure as you do. And I remember the first email that you sent me, it made me so sad the way that you talked about yourself. I mean, you were just joking, you know, talking about how you were getting older and just what your journey has been like, and it definitely made me laugh and smile, but it also made me feel sad because when I saw the picture of you, that was not what you had described at all. So, you know, you are beautiful, you still have a lot of life left in you, and it's time for you to look in the mirror and see yourself as the beautiful, worthy being that you are. And that's, I feel like that might be just the only block between this connection coming together. I think it's gonna happen regardless. You know, you guys are, I feel like you guys are friends for life, you and this person. They view you as family. I got this really cool card that talks about that, but we'll get into it later. But the joined energy, it's like saying that you guys are currently trying to pull up the confidence in order to confront each other and make this work. So self-care and just trying to take, you know, better care of yourself physically is part of this, and also mentally, you know, getting the self-esteem and the confidence, the worthiness to make this connection. So there's a bit of a challenge, but it seems like this dove here is sticking out to me more like there's just peace. But I feel like this is a message to you that you're not the only one who's like a little timid and insecure about this, so don't worry, you know. Don't feel like you're the only one. This isn't all like his decision, you know, you have a choice to make here too. So it's not all just whether or not this person approves of you. You don't put your worthiness and your approval in someone else's hands. You know, put it in your own hands. It only matters what you think of yourself, you know. When you get to that place of confidence, other people can feel it, you know. So find your inner light, find your inner harmony and confidence, and it'll make you even more attractive to this person. So, his energy. Completely different than what we pulled in my first reading. So there's been some kind of work that he's been doing. I think I mentioned this person, I felt they were doing like some shadow work and some trauma healing, and I feel like he's done that. There's been a shift here. This situation, which has left his heart kind of sensitive, because I feel like he's very sensitive and very timid when it comes to love. That word timid just keeps coming up for him. And so he's very timid and very cautious here, and he's the kind of person that likes to have his ducks in a row and do things by the book. So now that this program he was in is over, he's starting to think about, okay, now I have my work situation secure, I'm ready to work on my home and my family. And I feel like this guy's traditional, like he wants to have the wife and the kids, and he's afraid to let anybody in and to let anyone love him. But I feel like he has peace in his heart though, because he's learned how to let someone in. Like, he's been nurtured, and he's learned how to kind of nurture his inner child and open himself up more to life and be a little bit more playful. So now that he's not so serious and focused on this training he was doing, it's like he's a lot more open and a lot more playful and a lot more like he's thinking about what's next. Excuse me. I just practiced singing, so my voice is kind of giving out. I was really going for it. So, your energy. Oh my gosh, I've seen this card for you before. It's the Go Outside card. So they're just saying that if you're feeling stressed or any tension at the moment, because I am feeling that, and I think it has to do with the full moon we just had in Aries. It's a really awesome energy. It's kind of giving us a kick in the butt, you know, to get forward and to move forward and to get off our butts. But it is a heavy energy, and so I feel like in order to release this, you need to go outside. And I went outside this morning actually and did a meditation in the sun, and it was so nice. I feel like a brand new person, which is why I'm doing this reading now instead of earlier, because when I woke up, oh my gosh, I was just feeling off. Must have been some of the dreams I had or something. But going outside and just, you know, picking up on some of that positive energy and some of the healing of Mother Nature, it'll help you get more balanced. And I also feel like this need, like you are in this situation right now where you need to kind of wait and you need to be really patient here. They're saying as you wait for this dinner and for this meeting with this person, you should spend this time doing healing and doing soul work, because you know, if you really want to manifest this union, it's not like everything has to be perfect, but you just want to make sure that you're ready and you're prepared. So clearing meditations help a lot for clearing like old baggage and trauma from old relationships, or just maybe working on your self-esteem a little bit. Doing affirmations and things like that to help you feel confident and feel positive. That will help you because you might have a tendency to worry and stress about this because you've been waiting for this for a long time. Things were completely different the last time we talked. This person was not available, and now it seems like there's this window of opportunity. And so whatever's going to happen here in this situation, you know, what's meant to be is meant to be. Like, this bear has to do with like karma, and that's what it symbolizes. So I feel like don't worry that you're going to mess it up, or that you're not going to be good enough, or you're not going to be worthy. What you need to do is just center yourself in your worthiness and trust in like who you are, and trust in this connection, and trust in like this path that you've been on with this person and where it's taking you. And trust and hope for new beginnings, and trust that whatever's supposed to happen here will, and just be open right now. You're going to open yourself up to receive, but in order to open yourself to receive, you have to release a lot of those fears and a lot of the worry, you know. You want to watch what kind of energy you're putting into the situation. So you're going to have to get smart here and kind of, you know, be kind of meta about this, you know, as within, so without. You know, if you spend your time worrying and obsessing about this, it could slow this down, or it could complicate it, basically. You know, I'm laughing actually right now because at myself for all the times that I've complicated relationships by my own worry and fear that comes from my own trauma and my own wounds that I've, you know, been working on healing. And so I feel like that's what's happening here. You know, you might be worrying, you might be freaking out, but maybe some of this insecurity and the self-esteem is coming from some older stuff, older barbs from the past that you need to release and get ready, you know. So clear out the past and even everything that's happened between you and this person. Maybe you have some pain left over from feeling like you've been rejected by this person for so long, you know, as they've been kind of pushing you to the side as they focus on their work. And maybe you feel, you know, that pain, and so you should release that to anything associated with love, with this person. Try to let it go and just like turn a fresh page and just be ready. And there's so many different types of meditations and rituals and affirmations and things like that out there. And there's also healers. Like, you can find people who will do healing prayers or meditations for you. It's really cool what the technology and the internet has done for this healing world. It's awesome. So let's see what's next. Positive energy coming into this situation. Yay! I see the bright future card. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So you get the bright future and you get the go with the flow. So I feel like the energy that's coming in is you're going to start feeling a lot more positive in the near future about this connection. And it could just be because you're going to have a reason to be positive. You're going to have a reason to be to celebrate. Maybe this connection is coming together. They're saying you're going to feel a lot better about going with the flow, a lot more confident. You'll have a lot more faith to move forward. So this is interesting. You know, I'm not going to make a call and say like 100% that you and this person are going to get together, but the energy does seem really supportive of that, or at least some blockages being cleared and like a new level being achieved here. So his feelings about coming together, like with you, like in a relationship, romantically. So I see the fox, and the fox is like kind of like a secret keeper in the deck. It's also kind of like mischievous. So when I get this card, it usually means like big surprises are afoot, like big changes are coming. And it also talks about moving, like so like physically moving somewhere or transition. And I see that next to the transformation card. So it's making me think that he's starting to feel more open. He's thinking about moving somewhere else. Physically, he's having to move maybe. He's thinking about his home. And fox is also like the problem solver. It talks about needing to have patience in order to see something through to its finish, and that like a tricky problem will be solved. So maybe for him, like figuring out how to make this happen and to manifest this is kind of tricky for him, but maybe he's got some tricks up his sleeve is all I'm saying. Maybe he has something planned here. And so yeah, I see this transformation card. I want to pull a clarifier because I just feel like this could go either way. This is his feelings about union. So I'm going to say I'm not seeing anything negative. I'm not seeing like the death card or that like that you guys need to, obviously you guys have this date set up. So what are his true feelings about this? Let's ask my new deck because we need to know this. And if we're not supposed to know, we're not supposed to know. That's how it goes. Sometimes they're just like, don't worry about it. Things are going to be changing here, though. Okay. Oh my gosh! This is so cute! This is totally you! Oh my gosh. And so... Okay, so immediately, I don't even know what this card means because it's the first time I've worked with this card, but I am seeing like a vision and a memory from my own life. There was this time I was on this hike, and it was during like one of the worst times of my life. I had a lot of shift happening in my life, and I was having a hard time staying grounded, to put it lightly. I was just really scattered and just had a lot of anxiety, and so I went on this hike to help clear my mind, and I sat underneath this tree because I had so much anxiety that it was like affecting my physical body, and I couldn't even make it to this waterfall that I was trying to get to. And I sat down and I looked up, and there was this beautiful dove right above me just sitting in this tree, and it was really interesting because it wasn't the type of bird that I was expecting to see out in the middle of like nowhere, in the middle of nature. Usually I see like, I don't know, scrub jays and crows, and I'll see owls and hawks and, you know, things like that, but a dove, I don't know, it was just so random, this white beautiful dove. And I remember just sitting there and staring at it and how much peace it filled me with. And it just reminded me that sometimes when you forget about your connection to this planet and to this universe. You forget that the odds and the chances of actually being a human being are so rare. Have you ever seen like the statistic on that? Like the odds and chances that like you would be a human, like the odds on that are just crazy. And you know, if you look back on your life, you'll see certain synchronicities and miracles. You'll see times when you were at the right place at the right time, or where things seem to just kind of work out for you. You'll see times that you really wanted something but it didn't happen for you, but you find out later that you were being saved from something you wouldn't have wanted in the long run. Things like that. So basically, this card, I feel like it's talking about like miracles and synchronicities and having faith that there's like a higher power over you, like watching over you and protecting you. And sometimes, like, when you get connected to that, it's easier to get connected with your self-esteem and your worthiness. You realize that, like, you are a beautiful, unique person. There is a plan for you. Yes, you're here and you have free will, but there are certain things in your life that were planned to happen. And so when it comes to love, you know, if you have that desire to have that connection with the person and to share that, you know, you will have that connection. It is there for you. When honestly, when it comes to any desire in your heart, you know, it's possible for you here in this life. I feel like this loving intelligence is, you know, it wants us to be happy. And the void, you know, or maybe even it's just you. It depends on what you believe in, but, you know, even just you, I know that you want to be happy here. And so this is possible for you. And I see this picture here of this woman sitting here, and it's like she's won some prize. So let's look this up. Queen of Pentacles. We pulled this for his feelings about coming together with you, his feelings about having a relationship with you. So what are his feelings? What does this card mean? It says, financial plans realized, fruitfulness, stability, able to provide for self and others, social position and success. This card indicates that financial plans are coming together. There is a sense of peace and tranquility fostered by financial security and plans set favorably in motion. Here the Queen of Pentacles sits comfortably in her fruitful pecan grove. But I feel like this stands for him too, though. Bountiful nature offers stability, and he feels the kindly influence of nature's energies working with him. When this card appears in a reading, one has the ability to bring to fruition plans leading to economic security and well-being. So there is prosperity and independence. Let's see. Wow. So, it seems to keep hinting towards this new status and new position that he's reached in life. So maybe his feelings towards you have changed, and he's starting to think about like having a home with you, or maybe wanting to move forward in romance. And it makes sense because you're the person that he's had this deep connection with, you know, and you've been there supporting him this whole time, and he knows you have feelings for him because you've told him a long time ago in the past. It seems like he really has you on his mind, and he's starting to feel open. So let's see what I can't say just yet, though. I need to see the rest of the reading. So your feelings about, I mean, obviously you want this. This is your feelings about coming together with this person. Obviously you want this. They're saying that right now you just need to really connect with yourself and like find that peace. For me, it's meditation, like and prayer and affirmations and doing tarot readings and stuff like that. Maybe for you it's other stuff. Maybe it's dancing and taking a bubble bath and painting, and writing down lists of things you're thankful for or something. Everyone has like their own little ways of, you know, being spiritual, of connecting, of healing, of getting grounded. And so they're just saying, as you await this, you have to stay grounded. Your worry, this is going to trigger all of your worry and fears about love. It's going to trigger any abandonment issues you might have. It's just, this is a very beautiful, exciting time, but it can also be really triggering. Take it from someone with definitely some trauma and baggage when it comes to this area. You know, it can be triggering. But this is going to be really beautiful, and you need to realize that, you know, don't expect the future to be like the past. Maybe this is the chapter of your life where things get better for you, and maybe this is where you manifest the thing you've been desiring. So, what can you do to prepare? And also clear blockages in order to help with that. So maybe to help clear any fears or worries you might have coming up related to this or something similar. So it says, be open to reaching out and making this connection like you did. So you've already reached out and like offered him this dinner thing, and he's reciprocated. But now what you need to do is kind of proceed cautiously. Like, obviously there's a lot of abundance here on the table between you guys, and there's this harmony, and this card is talking about like fertility, and so it's a positive sign, but it's also talking about the need to just move slowly from here on out. Like, basically the ball's in his court now, and so you're just gonna kind of have to take it slow. I don't believe that in like the whole gender thing, like that just because he's the man here that he should be the one making the move and whatnot. But I do think that you should respect the energy that you've already put into this and realize you've already done everything you can do, and you've done your work, and now it's time for him to do his part. So I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, it's time for him now to, like, he's problem solving, he's thinking, he has plans, movement is on his side, and your energy seems to be to just kind of like hold space and just kind of wait and just open to receive. So as far as clearing blockages, I think we kind of went over some of that, but they're saying like open up, open to receive now. Now, let go of. What should you let go of in regards to this connection? I think this is just like a random message coming out to you if you want to read this real quick. It really seems like I got the go outside card for your energy, and now I'm seeing bodies of water. So like this reading's being like intercepted by, I don't know, some of your guides or just whatever. Some messages just really want to come through for you about being outside and using nature to balance you. Maybe it's gonna help you like really get a positive vibe going for this whole thing, because there's good positive energy here for you guys. But I also feel like what this is saying is there's some type of karma that's between you and this person. Definitely past lives. You guys are definitely soulmates. And what you need to do is try to let go of the past between you and this person. You know, because like I said, what's holding you back is the fact that you feel rejected by this person in the past. But maybe you need to clear that perception. Maybe it was just because he was working so hard and he's very traditional and he couldn't feel comfortable making that connection earlier. Maybe he was really shy in the areas of love. Maybe he couldn't quite see you through that light until, you know, maybe it took him a while to see you through that light because of his own stubbornness is coming through. I feel like this person is a little stubborn. But it's okay. I wonder if he's a Taurus. I wonder if he's an earth sign, because this card has to do with that sometimes. But yeah, I think that honestly there's not much more you need to let go of here. It's just you might need to let go of some of the judgment. This card has to do with judgment, like judgment you've had over this person and the situation, and just kind of be open to what wants to come through here. Okay, so this is advice. I pulled 2 advice cards. I pulled general advice for the situation, and I also pulled some advice cards for the dinner that you guys are having, like maybe anything that wants to come through, advice for you for that event, because I know you're really anticipating it. So advice in general is, they're saying you're just obviously going to be very sensitive right now, and all the pink, and this is reminding me of like the heart chakra. Your heart is very sensitive right now because you feel like a lot's on the line. So They're saying in times like these, you're going to feel very kind of bored and restless. There's going to be a lot of energy coming up in you. And the most important thing to do during times like these is make art. So it helps you not worry and be frustrated so much. It helps you channel your energy. Maybe you work a lot and you have a long schedule and you're like, make art, I don't have time for that. But maybe you could just get one of those adult coloring books and just color when you feel stressed. That's kind of how I started, and it just started turning into other things. And now I'm showing my paintings in galleries. So you never know, you could have some hidden talent. But they're saying to just find a way to express yourself. Cut up magazines and make a collage, or write some poetry, or write songs about your connection with this person, or, you know, whatever helps you, basically. Channel these emotions into your creativity. Now, I'm also seeing the advice for your dinner. Ah! Oh my gosh, there are some signs here. I'm like, okay, so I feel like this is really good news for your dinner. I mean, just look at these cards. You get the passion card. It says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? I think that's what you need to do with him at the dinner. I feel like it's possible he's going to bring it up. He's going to bring up the connection. And if he does, then you need to be honest. And be really empowered. Don't be shy about it. Just tell him directly how you feel, and kind of see what he wants to bring forward. I feel like he's going to come forward and be very empowered because he just finished his program. Things are moving forward in his life. But I also feel like there's a word of caution here, because these cards came out for you. So these cards were just thrown out of the deck. It was so bizarre. Before I barely even started shuffling, I was saying your name and his name over and over, and these came out. And so I feel like this is talking about you're safe, and there's like, the universe has got you. You know what I'm saying? The universe has got you. There's some type of higher plan for you guys in this situation. And might I remind you of the Bright Future card? So I feel like there's a solution in mind here. One that's going to help you and them. They're saying that you know that there's been a struggle here with this decision on both ends. Like, you know, like you guys have both been on the fence about this for a while. And so I feel like in order to help this person to decide, I think you're going to have to decide. You're going to have to decide, do you really truly believe that this is possible? And that this person, you know, and you have this connection? I know you do, you know, but the real question is do you really believe you're worthy? You know, do you really believe that this person would choose you? Could you actually see that happening? I feel like that's the space you need to get into, you know, believing that you're worthy and that you're beautiful and that you're attractive inside and outside. And they're saying that stay dedicated to this path, because it might be that there's some type of passion that's reignited between you guys during this dinner, but maybe he doesn't come forward just yet. So there's kind of like a word saying this could go either way. Like this person, he's starting to develop feelings for you. So there's a need to have peace, and I feel like you're going to see the energy shift when you see him. You're going to feel that. But there's a word of caution here. Like you might just have to stay dedicated and keep being creative here, because this person might be struggling to make this decision. So I hope that this reading helped you out. Some really awesome stuff came through. Obviously hit me up after the dinner. We'll go from there. I hope to hear good news. So if anyone else out there wants a personal reading, then hit me up. My information is in the description below. Peace out.